Welcome back and to another ABE update, and we now have arrived at the end of March. So this is a nudge that was received on the 27th of March of 2022, a slightly longer nudge. You see, what is coming up is that which has been pushed beneath the surface. Things are now resurfacing to be seen. In this, you bring light to the unconscious goings on. You will feel this strongly now, and rather than grabbing what comes up, allow it to move. For you personally, it will be a time of emergence. You are working not only on a personal level. We must say here that what feels heavy is not always yours to claim, but it will indeed be transmuted through you. This can be unsettling. Allow it to be. Do not claim this. Is not looking into the dark, but also the light of things. Because you see, where you once pushed for change, now will feel easily flowing. For you see, you have learned what is felt now is predisposition of what is coming up, and that you are not to run with it, but allow relational value. This is indeed your inner knowing. It is time to strengthen and root this now. You most certainly must not relate in terms of higher and lower, for you see, in this you will create great division, not only on an energetic level, but also global too. You must see this now. There are each these global points of relation, you see. These points of place you are in resolution for. This is like we talk of the inside out, a rewiring, if you will. In allowance of all physicality, it's like a doll within a doll, a conscious allowance. For you see, that is indeed why our answers are not directive. It must always be in relation to. This relational value is a point in which your evolution is. And when it once was relative, that came through this. Now is the next step in your human form. You see, this is of utmost importance now. To transmute is your point of place, and this will look differing for each and every one. There is a pulse at the heart of it, you see. You will know and see this now clearly. You will understand your point. So Abe starts off by saying that a lot of what is coming through is actually being pushed to the surface. It's resurfacing, but it has to. And that we're going to see a lot of unconscious goings on becoming conscious. That is, a lot of things which were not visible to us before, but they were hidden or kept below the surface, are now going to come through, and we're going to see it. There's going to be a lot of revealing going on. And through this is a time of emergence. It may be unsettling. And Abe says, what feels heavy is not always yours to claim, but it will be transmuted through you. So I think that's an important point. A lot of times when we tend to hold on to something and say that's our suffering, that's our pain, that's our doubt. There's a lot of the heavy stuff which is coming through, but it's not ours to claim. We have to transmute it. We can let the energy flow through us, transmute it, but don't claim it. But it can be unsettling, but we have to allow that, because through the dark, we can see the light of things. Things come to be known, but they can only come to be known if they've emerged from the darkness into conscious knowing. So don't get entangled into claiming all the shadows and the darkness. Don't take that baggage on board, but transmute it, let it come through. And that's the predisposition of where we are at now. And we have to strengthen that inner knowing and root it within us, says Abe. And don't start thinking about divisions, higher, lower, because these are, any divisions is a splintering, fracturing device. And we, again, as according to the previous message, we have to be here of our entirety. That's our home. We have to be unified in that. And Abe then says that that is why that they don't speak in directive tone. That is why they don't give concrete directions in their messages, because everything has to be in relation of where we are. Each person is in a different place. Each person has to find their own relation, resonance, connection to things. And all that relational connection will be according to our individual states of being, states of knowing, states of awareness. So Abe is not here to try to say this or that or direct anything. We must find those relational connections according to our own state. And Abe says that the relational value is a point in which your evolution is. And when it's relative, it comes through. That's may not be clear on first reading, but what Abe is saying, that evolution is about everything coming into the correct alignment. And then that alignment or resonance allows evolution to occur. When there is this resonance or relational alignment, evolution accelerates. When we shatter that alignment, then that stagnates evolution. And we have been or are potentially in a risk of stagnation unless we come to realign again what needs to be the correct relationships. And finally, Abe says, of utmost importance now, and only recently Abe has been saying utmost important, because it's quite a strong point and they don't often press something. And they say, to transmute is your point of place, and this will look differing for each and every one. There is a pulse at the heart of it. Our point of place, and again, point of place means our manifestation, our physical being, that is now to transmute. Our physical beingness in this moment has a function to transmute now, transmute the energies. And that's what we can do. That's a role that our physical presence can play. And there's a pulse at the heart of that. That's where the energy is. Transmutation. Don't claim it. Don't suffer from it. Transmute it. And if we do that, Abe finally says, you will understand your point. You'll understand where you're at if you can transmute. So that was the nudge from 27th of March. And after that, there's one more for the 27th of March, and that will be a second nudge on the same day that's coming next. Thanks.